What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time, and today is the return of the mighty Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. In this case, we're going to be hearing I guess like a suite of songs for a character. I do not know how to pronounce the character's name, so if I butcher it, let me know. Is it Kieran or Kieran? My brain says Kieran, but I'm going to say Kieran. We're going to listen to the Kieran battle theme, final battle, and champion Kieran. All from the channel Pokeli, which, by the way, I should just mention that this channel is like super well done. The way the thumbnails look and the way they have their whole like descriptions laid out and all the credits. It's a really nice channel. I don't really ever say that about other channels, but as a YouTuber myself, I have to get credits too. That's a really nice channel. So this is requested by a brand new Platinum member, Zaltis. As soon as I opened up the Platinum tier, just a quick thing. I always had only 10 slots for that tier since inception, and I just made it to 15, and there's still a few spots left. So they joined, and here we are. So Kieran battle. Let's just get into it. We have 3 songs to go to. Pokemon is nuts. That's all I know. Although I hear a lot of I hear a lot of polarizing things about this game. This game particularly. It's like just kind of, All right. Anyways, I don't know anything about composers on this one or anything. Kieran battle. If I had to take a guess, Kieran is emo boy vibes. It's a little like, oh, the bass. I know the violins are cool, but the bass has caught me like super hard. I also just found out like 2 minutes ago that these games are not voice acted, so I figured they would be. I like how it's kind of calm, but it's energetic. Calm, energetic. I'm gonna judge a book by its character. Please let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm right. Is he someone that looks like you shouldn't? How do I say this? Should you take him seriously? I feel like he's supposed to come off as you don't take him seriously, but he's pretty serious. The kind of like slouchy demeanor, like whatever, but is absolutely dangerous. That's the vibe I get from him. I like the like electric organ. That's pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of like a Sonic style song with the speed. Is that their Pokemon? Which looks like an apple. It's like somewhere between like Crash Bandicoot and Sonic to me. But then you got this like piano thing and violin thing. Really curious to see how the song evolves. It's catchy. I don't know it by heart yet, but it's catchy. I can tell it's catchy. like the way the channel handles like video that comes in and out, random spots. This is a cool channel. The instrument choice is so interesting to me. I could be wrong about this. This is a shot in the dark. But I think it's the sound of a Hammond organ. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. I probably am. The bass is so insane in the song. It's absent right now, but when it kicks back in, it's just like... We have 30 seconds left, maybe it'll come back. There it is. Alright, there's no fade. That's the fade. Okay. I don't know how much I'm gonna talk in between the three songs, because I want to keep the song kind of stuck in my head a little bit still. But immediately, the just quick impressions on that is crazy that I'm saying this. I've never said this before, but I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting that. Like I'm literally just looking at the character. I'm like, maybe something along. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe something more. There was no genre in mind, but I definitely didn't have this upbeat, almost jolly sounding song in at all. I wasn't seeing that at all. Whatever sound I was imagining, it was just darker. That was pretty much it. So that's interesting, right? That's super interesting. This character's already like intriguing to me. It's got the suit and tie with a sport jacket on top, wearing shorts. Do they have ears? Also, not entirely sure if Kieran is a boy or a girl. But they definitely have like the emo bangs, except down the middle, which I've never seen. But either way, the song seemed a little like something I would expect out of maybe Sonic or Crash, with the little like marimbas and stuff like that. I really like the organ on that one, but I'm gonna just move on. And I'm going to assume, I don't know how the songs work in Scarlet and Violet, but I'm gonna assume like maybe you hear this one first, then the second, then the third, along like as the story goes on, and not necessarily as all at once. But let me know. Let me know if it actually is like phase 1, 2, and 3 in the same fight, or if it's just like first encounter with them, second, third, later down. I guess we're about to find out. This one is final battle music. Now that's vague to me. I don't know if it's like the final battle of the game or like final battle with Kieran. Okay, let's get right into it. This is kind of the sound I was, this is closer to what I was expecting in the first one. Well, that's a cool looking Pokemon. Which Pokemon is that? The one they threw out, yeah. With the brown. Actually, both those Pokemon look cool. Oh, it says the name right there, but it's like too small to read. Serenity? Okay, so we got a little bit of a rock thing. Oh, it's on the thumbnail, this one. Looks like Mankey. What is that? Keyboard. Distorted keyboard. There's the motif. A little bit more emphasis on the violins this time. And electronic elements. And of course the electric guitar. Still hear the bass. Yeah, it's like still has a slight lighthearted nature to it. Oh, I just remember something that happened today. Oh man, the timing. There was a passing today. I just remember that. I like the energy of this one. It almost sounds like they're a little more agitated or something. Like, how dare you come back type of thing. I'm looking up something. If I had to guess, the next evolution, no pun intended, the third song is going to be, you know, more amplified, faster, heavier, and probably way more violent. Every time I check out Scarlet and Violet, I get reminded of this one time that I heard it, and I remember going on like a huge tangent about Pokemon. For those that don't know, like let's just say this is someone's first video, hi, but I'll just keep it really brief. Just a quick history on my experience with Pokemon. I only played Pokemon when it first came out because I was a kid when it came out. So I had Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy Color, and that's it. So Generation 1. And I watched some of the anime. The Indigo something, but I didn't watch all of it. I got up to like the cruise. Let me know where I can find the rest of that, by the way. Can you even just like find it online? Anyways, but beyond that, after that, I didn't get into Gen 2 and onwards. I don't know any Pokemon's names. Oh, that's not true. I know like Lucario and some other ones. But yeah, you know, that was a long time ago, so I never got back into it. But anyways, when I was checking out anything that I've experienced post Generation 1 has been only on this channel through the music. So I've heard Black and White, Scarlet and Violet, some other ones here and there. And I said in that video, basically, I forgot which video it was, but it wasn't too long ago. Basically saying that the consistency of Pokemon games seem to have stayed pretty good for them to still be selling like all the time and everything. But little did I know that this game in particular, this one, was kind of ironic on me saying that because it was just a guess, really. Apparently this game was not received. I mean, I'm not trying to start a debate. I'm not trying to like, I'm just saying facts. Facts are, in this case, people are on, they like it or they don't. So it doesn't matter if you're like about to tell me don't listen to people that don't. I'm just saying it exists. It exists. People don't like this game. People like this game. That's it. It's just that simple. Which is every game, really. But I think when it comes to Pokemon, there's like, it seems to, there's, I don't know if there's like, it's mostly unanimous stuff. But what I'm saying is from the outside looking in, it seems like Scarlet and Violet is like one that people seem to kind of have mixed opinions. Anyways, it's not about that. We're talking about the music. The music, though, that is one thing that was unanimous, though. That is one thing that is unanimous. And speaking of Sonic, that is something that people in Sonic community has also said many times, is that no matter how bad the game may be or good, the music is always good, you know? And I think that's a pretty fair statement. I don't want to like umbrella something, but I'm pretty sure most Pokemon fans will tell you, no matter what, that the music for these games is incredible. And then of course from there on, they'll tell you which game is incredible from that soundtrack or from whatever soundtrack. But regardless, the soundtrack seemed to have never really missed a beat. And that's kind of what I wanted to say, and it just reminds me every time I hear Scarlet and Violet. Anyways, speaking of, just really quick on something I remember, unfortunately, but today is the day, as I'm recording this, it's August 12th, and earlier today, I had to look up her name. It was Rachel Lillis, the voice of Jessie and Misty from that said anime, has passed away, which sucks for many reasons. Obviously, I'm not. I didn't. I mean, it's just wild to me. You know, I'm at the age now where I'm starting to see a lot of people that I grew up with, kind of thing, like slowly start to fade away, and it's just really unfortunate because when you're young, you kind of just figure everyone's kind of immortal, and you never think. I mean, she was only 46, so it's super unfortunate, and my heart goes out to them and the fans, because I'm pretty sure also that I don't know, I could look this up, but I'm pretty sure, if you guys have ever heard me on this channel, I always mention this game called Ape Escape. I'm pretty sure she does the voice for that Spike's like friend in that game too. She sounds like almost identical to Misty. I always thought it was her, but I never actually found out. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, the only reason I'm bringing it up is because it just happened today, and I'm doing a Pokemon video today, so I just figured. But let me know if she actually retained her role, or you know, if she's already been like out of the series for a while. Either way, rest in peace to her, because I always thought her voice was super unique, and I did not even know until the news that she was Jessie as well, because to me that sounds like two different people. So, anyways, sorry to bring the mood down, but you know, just wanted to pay my respects. As we proceed with these songs, this one felt like to me it felt like kind of what I was saying earlier, where maybe this doesn't appear as one time you fight Kieran and it feels like you run into them later, and this is now the second song. It feels like now they're agitated, like, oh, well, now you come back, you know, when I told you not to come back, that kind of thing. That's sort of what I get from it. Kind of like, I guess my comparison would be like Gary, you know, you fight him multiple times. So that's what I'm thinking here, because then we have another one. But yeah, I definitely I hear the motif. It's a little more intense, a little more violence. The electric guitar was introduced, a little bit more keyboard as well, doing leads, and a little bit more of a prominent drum set in this one. So I can only assume the next one is going to be like, all right, I've had enough. That's it, buddy, kind of thing. But one thing, I'm going to ask a lot of questions because I don't know anything about Pokemon, really, except for Gen 1. But what is champion referring to? I've seen that name a lot when I do Scarlet and Violet. And when did that term come to be, and what does it mean? Yeah, is it like a rank or something? Obviously, it's something important. It's what I'm noticing here is their look is completely different. They have 2 new Pokemon. Their hair is slicked back. It looks like it's serious time. So let me know what champion is referring to. But if I had to guess, this is the most intense out of all of them. So let's go. This is champion Kieran battle. Violins all the way through. That is... Oh. Felt like Monster Hunter all of a sudden. Not anymore. Straight metal now. I've seen this Pokemon too, but I don't know their name. More bass. Yeah. I feel like at this point we pissed them off. Metal breakdown? I was not expecting that. Whoa. I think that's my first Pokemon breakdown ever. I also look older here. Do characters age in this game? Like in this game? In the first 2 thumbnails, they looked like they were like a kid, and now they look like a teenager. It's nice to see the Pokeball design has never changed. Although, as soon as I said it, I just felt this overwhelming... Well, it's funny you say that, because it has. I'm sure there's many variations, but it seems like the original's still there. Damn, dude. I love how the bass has always been like a prominent thing in their music. Oh, it's Dragonite. Wait, is that Dragonite? I don't want to say the wrong Pokemon name. Either way, that's Gen 1. Oh, we're shredding now. I'm looking it up what it was. Woo! It was Dragonite. Yeah! I remembered. I think I can safely name the original 151? Is it 1 or 2? Or is it 150? You know why I always get confused about that? About how many there actually is? Because I can safely say when the Pokemon movie came out, that's around the time I stopped. And the reason that always confused me is because Togepi's in that movie. So I don't know if they were considered like Generation 1 or not. I don't know, man. We're talking like over 20 years of being away from the series. But if you were to quiz me on the first Generation 1, there's a good chance I can ace that test of naming them. I can say that confidently. Kind of. Oh, there's that apple thing. Is there really an apple Pokemon with the worm in it? I really like that there's a breakdown in this song. You know how rare breakdowns are in video game music? Oh. I want to know what was up with that ending. That felt so cliffhangery. Does that lead into something else? Ooh. Is there more Kieran music? Actually, hold on. Something I forgot to tell you guys. There's actually going to be like a part 2 to this video in the future where I do some more, let's just say I'll do some more songs including this character. Okay. Anyways. So, yes, definitely kind of what I was thinking of a song evolving with this pretty much lighthearted nature song, but yet still kind of intense. Second one, it felt like kind of like an agitated state. And I'm speaking canonically. The third one feels like, all right, I've told you before, that kind of thing. What are you doing here? Kind of. But apparently there's multiple champions. That's why I asked what champion means. I know there was, I don't even try to remember their names. Cynthia? Is that a champion as well? There's more than one champion. I know that. What was I going to say? Sorry, just like totally like that was a lot of information. Sorry, that was me remembering my past with Pokemon and then hearing 3 songs back to back. But it was cool because they kept the motif and the chord structure and chord progression was pretty much the same. It was just the energy of the song, the rhythmic value of the song kept changing. I don't want to say evolving. I keep wanting to say evolving, but it's like it sounds corny, but it really was. It really was. And I'm sure that's even intended, But speaking of evolving, it's like I said, it seems like the character also changed. Aesthetically, obviously they did. The hair is completely different. The first looks really like shy and kind of weak, and over here is just like serious business time. So it feels like there was a time jump. Let me know if there's a time jump in this game. By the way, if there are spoilers in your comment, just please do me a favor and just write like spoilers at the top, so I know what I'm getting myself into, and then just for others as well. But to me, this seems like this looks like, what, 8, 9, 10 years old, and this looks like 14, 15 kind of thing. And obviously, if somebody's a champion, I'm guessing that's like at the end of something. You know what I mean? So, anywho. Another reason my brain just kind of stopped right there is because I started to think of the word champion a little bit more, because earlier I asked what it was, but I think, now that I think about it, isn't that what the whole goal of like Gary and Ash was? No, sorry. Okay, I remember what I was thinking. That was Master, Pokemon Master. So I thought like, okay, here's my confusion. I was confusing champion with what I was thinking was actually Master, because from what I recall, the whole goal of the whole series was to become a Pokemon Master, was to collect all of them. So, yeah, I was confusing those terms. So let me know, is that still the case, or is now being champion the thing? Is it now a competition? I don't know. Mind you, I have not played since Generation 1, and I don't even know what they're on now. I don't want to say a number, but it's not 1 or 2. And I do know that they've always split their games into 2 like colors and stuff like that. and this game seems to be immortal. I don't think it'll ever run out of material. You just have to make new monsters and new stuff, which I think is kind of cool. But it's just so crazy. I know a lot of people here were probably not. Some people were probably not even born when when it first came out. But for a lot of us, like millennials, you guys know how insane that blow up was in like 96, 98, the era of like Pokemon. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. You could not avoid it. It took the world by storm. Everybody knew who Pikachu was. Everybody knew who Squirtle, Charizard, Charmander, sorry. A lot of people bought the cards even though we didn't know how to play the card game. They just wanted to collect the cards. It's just like it's just a never ending thing. It's just always going to be a thing. I wish I had more memories of Pokemon, but I do want to be honest. Like a lot of my, I don't have like memories to share, like specific ones, but I do have good memories with Yellow because I didn't play many Game Boy games. It was a Pokemon Yellow Game Boy Color edition, so it was like I mostly played that game on it. I still have it. It's like yellow and it's got blue on the back. It's back there somewhere. So that was like my first experience with like a handheld. So I remember hearing the music come out of the speakers, and I'm not gonna lie, like Pokemon Yellow was like one of the first times I really remember like video game music really sticking with me. If you guys have ever heard of Gen 1's music and hearing it through the Game Boy speaker, like that chiptune sound, everything was memorable. I could recite all those songs like by memory. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Right, everyone knows that Lavender Town was like creeped you out. It's just like all these things are just in there. It's crazy. It's crazy that it's just it's why I have like this weird spot in my heart for Pokemon whenever I hear it on the channel, is because I don't want to say I grew up with it, but I was there at first and I really enjoyed it. But I wasn't like mega into it. I was into it as much as like a little boy can be into it. I couldn't afford to buy the movies, VHSs, and I couldn't. I didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch them on TV. I just had what I had, which was the game, and it was cool. And by the time Generation 2 and 3 and all that came out, I was already getting to my teenage years, so I was, outgrowing it. I was too cool for it, I guess. I don't know, not really, but I was at that point, like I already like started picking up the guitar, and I just was doing that thing. And anyways, so I had this soft spot for Pokemon too, right? And I don't know, it's just really cool that I can still experience it all this time later through its music. So despite how these games may or may not be, it's really cool seeing something from my youth that's made it. A lot of stuff has not made it, but it's cool that when some stuff has made it, and you're just like, whoa, they're still going, And I don't know, there's just something really special about that. And I feel like it's just one of those generational games where I'm at the age, although I don't have kids, I'm at the age where people my age have kids that are probably playing Pokemon, and then they're kids. That's wild to me. And it's just going to keep on going. Same with Sonic and Mario and Zelda. It's up there with like, it's wild to me. It's crazy. It's just, I don't know. Being from that era, the 90s, I think we knew that video games were special, but I don't know. I guess I just didn't see it. Like I knew they would become big. My rant's almost over. I knew they'd become big, but I just didn't think it'd be like the commercial success they are now. Like streaming on Twitch, making it a career, making a living on YouTube with it. Like, because it was still kind of dorky and nerdy to do that back then. And while it's, a lot of people still think that way, it's way more socially acceptable because it makes billions of dollars. Every household has like a Xbox or a PS4 or PS5 or a Switch, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. Kieran, let me know more about them. Let me know your opinion of your story of Pokemon if you want to tell me all that, or just with Scarlet and Violet. Um, I'm not trying to start like a debate. I know people get really passionate about these things, but you can definitely vent out like what you didn't like or did like about the game, but you don't have to like be super negative about it. Not that you guys are, but every now and then, it's just very, very rarely on this channel, but sometimes people just like, but which I understand too. You pay for the game, you want a good experience. I just don't want to see the negativity. No one does. It's tiring. There's enough negativity, man. Anyways, holy moly, 35 minutes. Yeah, so this is a part 1. The other part 2 will come later. I'm not going to say what songs are going to be on that, but that's coming soon. Thank you to Zeltis. Thank you to all the Pokemon fans who watch these videos. Thanks to my patrons. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. Have a good night.